Coming up on Oregon Sports Report, bounce back chance for Oregon. A historic defensive effort from the Ducks.
Not only the blocks, but just you had them thinking.
The Olympics are underway in Pyeongchang, but we turn to a future Olympian in Thurston.
How to win, how my opponent's going to be, and how bad I want it.
Plus, Oregon opens their season with a smash in Zona as Rhodes sends one into orbit. And Eagles fans storm the streets in Philly for an all-out victory parade. All that and more is straight ahead on this Thursday edition of Oregon Sports Report. What's going on, sports fans? Happy Thursday and welcome into Oregon Sports Report. I'm Sky Muller. We had an action-packed day in the sports world. We start local, where tonight the Oregon men's basketball team played host to a tough Washington team who sits third in the Pac-12 standings, and the Huskies are riding high, fresh off an upset victory at the buzzer over Arizona on Saturday. Let's go to Matthew Knight Arena. Oregon loss would be devastating, but a win would be huge for their postseason hopes because Huskies are 31 in the RPI. Troy Brown Jr. brought his A game. In the corner, hits the triple. Oregon leads by 3 early. Later in the action, Pritchard also with a hot hand. From beyond the arc, Ducks maintain a 3-point lead. The script starts. Kenny Wooten needed a little rest, and the Huskies took advantage. Went on a dunking spree that gave Washington their first lead of the game, 19-6. Wow, get off me, he says. But the story is the resurgence of Troy Brown. Drives, takes the contact, like a running back through the tackles there. Next defensive effort, they would force a turnover. Brown would slam it home. Ducks dominate a 65-40 victory. The least amount of points scored for the Huskies since 1991. Oregon on their change in mentality entering this one.
Yeah, we used to be in Skybox, that's right across the street. We used to talk about it all the time, how we would be going for like high amounts in the scoreboard, and we just came out and tried to get that same effort.
You know, Kenny was special defensively. I mean, he, not only the blocks, but just you had him thinking, you know, the whole time.
The 40 points Oregon gave up is the least amount allowed in the Dana Altman era during a conference game. Shifting to Corvallis now, the OSU men's team looked to shake their recent struggles and end a 4-game losing skid. They took on the bottom dwellers of the conference, the Washington State Cougars. To Gill Coliseum we go. Ernie Kent back in the state of Oregon looking to lead the Cougs to an upset win. The freshman Alfred Holland starting in place of Seth Berger, who's in concussion protocol. First half, Holland's deep too. Good stuff, 6'2" Beavs. Then for the Cougs, it's Robert Franks Jr. laying it in. He had 12 of WSU's 24 points in the first half. And then Drew Eubanks going glass. Oregon stayed up by 4. Drew scored his 1,000th career point as a Beaver. Still in the first, Stephen Thompson Jr. gets the steal, coasting. Glass, 10-8 OSU. Carter Skaggs had a rough first half from deep. This is his only make. He was 1 of 6. Cougs down by 2. Beavers on the break. Ethan Thompson drives baseline, the hoop and the harm, 28-24. Oregon State. The Beavs would start to build a lead into the first. Trace Tinkle, 3 from the top of the arc. It's good. Beavers smoke the Cougs. They put a halt to their 4-game losing skid. Plenty of Pac-12 men's hoops hit the hardwood tonight. 13th ranked Arizona Wildcats look to avoid suffering back-to-back losses. Hosting UCLA tonight, DeAndre Ayton, the star of the squad. First half, Ayton, a putback slam. Wildcats up by 3 late in the first. Jalen Hand, he can also hit a 3, but this time behind the back, shakes the defender. Pull-up 3 is good. UCLA up by 8. Still in the first. More from Hand. At the buzzer. Why not just pull up from, yeah, right there. Oh, his range is impeccable. Bruins up by 10, second half. Thomas Welsh doesn't have that kind of range, but he's good around the rim. Putback slam, UCLA up by 8, more from Welsh. In the post, just working his man, Alonzo Trier. It's good. Bruins pull off the upset, 82-74. Wildcats suffer their first home loss of the season. They have now lost back-to-back games. Look at some other scores. After sweeping the Oregon school, Stanford comes back down to earth. They fell 75-60 to the Utes in Salt Lake. Utes guard Justin Bibbins led each team in scoring with 18 tonight. And then the Sun Devils protected home court, edging out the red-hot Trojans by 2. Trey Holder led ASU in points with 22, adding 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Shifting to women's hoops now, the Beavers are in Washington looking to improve upon a 3-4 road record this season. OSU freshman and Washington native Taya Corasdale is beginning to immerse herself into the Beavs starting lineup, averaging 7 points and 3.5 rebounds per game in the last 5 contests. She said she's excited to her home state.
I'm excited. I'm excited to go home, see some friends and family. Hopefully they can come and watch me. So my mom actually went to Wazoo, so that'll be a fun game. And then, UW obviously, they recruited me growing up, and then, so yeah, I'm excited for it.
The Beavers take on Washington State tomorrow at 6. You can catch all the action on Pac-12 networks. Collegiate Diamond Sports have officially begun. Seems hard to believe. Today, the third-ranked Oregon softball team opened their 2018 campaign down in Arizona at the Kajikawa Classic, taking on another ranked opponent, number 25, Georgia. We start in the first inning. Gwen Svekis, the senior, starts her final season as a Duck in home run fashion. 2-run shot just like that. Ducks score their first points of the season, or should I say runs, still in the basketball frame of mind there. 2-0 Ducks, top third. Shannon Rhodes ropes a double, puts another run on the board as Jenna Lilly goes from first to home on the play. Wheels, 3-zip Ducks. Top sixth, more from Rhodes. Rocket, lift off. Elon Musk gonna have something to do with that one because that just went into orbit. 2-run shot for the Ducks. Nice trot around. Top 7. Some good base running from Oregon. Alexis Mack, the speedster, gets in a pickle, slides head first into first, and DJ Sanders, the newbie in town, ends up stealing home. She was safe. Oregon opens with a 8-3 win. Ducks have a doubleheader tomorrow. That starts with Fresno State, 8 a.m. on the Pac-12 Network. And the Beavers also in Arizona for the Kajikawa Classic. They open their 2018 campaign tomorrow with a doubleheader. They're going to first take on 24th ranked Oklahoma State at 8 a.m., followed by a 1 p.m. game against Indiana. That 1 o'clock game will air on Pac-12 networks. To the gridiron, yesterday marked National Signing Day, and according to 24/7 Sports, the Oregon football team notched the 16th ranked class in the nation for 2018. Along with landing 11 four-star recruits, they also nabbed some players with Oregon ties. Four-star athlete MJ Cunningham has a lot of hype headed into 2018. The Madison High School alum ranked the number 8 player in the state. Travis Dye, brother of current Duck linebacker Troy Dye, should add some depth at running back. And then Andrew Fealu, younger brother of fellow Oregon D lineman Austin, just wrapped up his freshman season. So you got the brothers on the D line. And then Tegan Quitoriano, a 3-star athlete out of Sprague High. The Ducks spring game takes place April 21st. Jonathan Smith landed the 70th ranked class for 2018 in his first season as the Beavers head football coach. One of the players with tons of hype, 3-star quarterback Jack Coletto. The JUCO transfer has Northwest ties, played his high school ball in Camas, Washington. Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Brian Lindgren gave a breakdown on the incoming quarterback.
All right, this is Jack Coletto, quarterback from Arizona Western College. Jack went to high school in Camas. There was the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Washington his senior year. Really excited about Jack. You can see his arm strength here out the play action. Lets a nice post go. Jack's a big kid, 6'3", 225. You can see again showing his touch on the fade ball down here at the bottom. Really good pocket presence. I really like how he steps up in the pocket right here. Senses it, steps up, keeps his eyes downfield. Makes a nice throw there in the hole. Reading the backer, gets the ball out of his hand really quick, but really excited about Jack and his skill set. He also has the ability to run the football. and allow us to do some things in the run game with the quarterback.
Should be fun to track Coleto's status as he joins a crowded quarterback group in Corvallis. It was announced today that the Beavs are headed to Beaverton's Mountainside High School April 14th for a practice that is open to the public. The 2018 Winter Olympics officially began earlier today in Pyeongchang, South Korea. And while no players with Oregon ties have competed just yet, some potential future Olympians are hard at work here at home. Our own Travis Tyke heads to the mat.
Ethan Regas is in a league all his own. He's only a third-year wrestler whose start in the sport was triggered by his two older brothers.
They kept on coming home with some medals, so I wanted some.
Ethan's competitive drive isn't only fueled by his siblings, he's naturally driven, more than most kids his age. For example, in the seconds before he takes the mat, he thinks of three things.
How to win, how my opponent's going to be, and how bad I want it.
And in case you haven't noticed, he wants it pretty bad. Regas has not let a single match this season go the distance, pinning all of his opponents in the early rounds. It's not hard to imagine why he's won multiple state championships, and if he continues along this path, it may not be long until he grabs the next title he seeks.
To be an Olympian champ.
Gonna have to keep an eye out for Ethan Regas to possibly appear in the 2028 games. Man, two-time state champion, and he's a second grader. The Pyeongchang Winter Olympic opening ceremonies, they begin tomorrow at 5 on NBC. And here on Oregon Sports Report, we want to remind you to try and exercise every single day. Basketball season is in full swing at kids sports. All the players look like they're having a great season. The girls team Wild Style from Willamette looks like they're ready to take on anyone. Staying active, one of the best ways to stay healthy. Get out and play, people. Still ahead, today's NBA trade deadline was a wild ride, and one team made a historic splash as they try and contend for a title. And we take you to the beautiful links of Pebble Beach. Round one of the AT&T Pro-Am. A former Duck only sits one stroke back of the lead. Who could it be? We'll be back in the gym. Welcome back to the show. Today marked the NBA trade deadline. Teams from around the league traded assets to further build their teams, and the Portland Trail Blazers just made one transaction on the big day. Forward Noah Vonleh was traded to the Chicago Bulls. In return, the Blazers received the rights to 32-year-old Milovan Rakovic out of Serbia, or rather the Serbian Professional Basketball League. Rakovic is not expected to play for Portland. This was a move for the Blazers to clear a little cap space. In Vonleh spent the past 2.5 seasons with the Blazers after playing his rookie season with the Hornets. Vonleh averaged just under 4 points and 4 rebounds per game during his time in Portland. But the Cleveland Cavaliers stole the show this trade deadline. You can see the players they received on the left-hand side and the players they traded away on the right of your screen. The big one, they dealt Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, and their 2018 first-round pick to the Lakers for Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. Thomas just never looked right since coming back from his hip surgery. And also Dwayne Wade back with the Miami Heat after his experiment in Cleveland did not work out as planned. The struggling Cavs got younger and more versatile. With these moves, we will see how the chemistry pans out in the final months of the regular season. Blazers hosted the Hornets tonight. We start third quarter of the action. That's right, get to the good stuff. Former Blazer Nick Batum, good from 3. Rip City's used to seeing that. Portland up by 2, though. To the fourth, Evan Turner. Behind the back pass to Ed Davis. Hoop and the foul. Blazers up 83-71. Later in the fourth, closing seconds tied at 97. Lillard puts it up, no good, but CJ McCollum, nice follow. He too would miss, though. The Hornets would recover. Blazers couldn't come up clutch there late. 2 seconds, a little under it, left in regulation. Dwight Howard blocked to overtime. Nice block by Yusuf Nurkic. McCollum would dominate OT, driving to the basket. That time it does go. Blazers, they hold on for a 109-103 win. And the lone former Duck in action in the NBA tonight was Tyler Dorsey. He played 25 minutes off the bench, scored 11 points, had 5 rebounds, and 3 assists in the Hawks' loss to the Orlando Magic. After spending some time in the G League, Dorsey has really turned things around at the NBA level. He's averaging over 7 points per game in his last 5 contests. Speaking of former Ducks, Aaron Wise is continuing to turn heads in his debut full season on the PGA Tour. He looked to rise in the ranks today, taking part in the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Pebble Beach, one of the more visually spectacular courses on tour. 7th hole, Rory McIlroy. Looked like he was playing out of the water. Instead, he just chips in, playing Pebble Beach for the first time in his PGA Tour career. Seems hard to believe, but he drains it. Finished tied for 16th at 4 under on the day. On to 16. You remember Beau Hossler, the Texas Longhorn that took down Aaron Wise in the NCAA Championship match play? So that was him right there. Drains the ridiculous putt. He's at 7 under. On 18, Aaron Rodgers can shuck the pigskin and can putt the golf ball. That was a birdie. Moved to 4 under. On 5, fan favorite Bill Murray, the approach. Gonna find the green. He's paired with D.A. Points. It's a fringe side putt. 17th hole, Tommy Armour's tee shot is a good one. Near ace for Tommy. Armour finished 2 under par. Wow, just curls around the cup. Take a look at the leaderboard. After round 1, Beau Hossler, Kevin Streelman, they lead the way at 7 under. And check out Mr. Aaron Wise, just 1 stroke off the lead. The cut line will actually be set on Saturday. Wise tees off tomorrow morning, round 2 at 9:28 a.m. Let's head to the ice now. The Vancouver Canucks continued their road trip as they try to escape the bottom of the Pacific Division standings. They took on a familiar foe tonight. Steven Stamkos and the Lightning squaring off against the Canucks. Second time in the last 5 days. Long time no see. Scoreless in the first. Bolts attacking zone. Nikita Kucherov scores off the rebound. Replays off the shoulder. That was off Anders Nielsen. 1-0 Tampa. Second period. Cross ice pass. Adam Murney. Snapshot. Goal. Scores his first goal of the season. 3-0 Lightning. Feeling pretty comfortable. Canucks not efficient handling the puck. Turnover in their own zone. Tic-tac-toe passing. Stamkos, 1 time. Vancouver, they would pull within 2. Bolts on the power play. Victor Hedman. He too brought the 1-time hits. Back of the net. How you doing? Canucks dropped the first 2 games of the road trip while the Lightning improved their record to a league best 74 points. Sharks hosting the red-hot Vegas Golden Knights, 2 top teams in the Pacific squaring off. Brent Burns in the beard. Shot deflected by Joe Pavelski for the goal. More looks. Looked like it went off a few different people. Pavelski gets credit. 1-0 San Jose. Later in the first, Vegas. David Perron. Shot blocked, but Eric Holla swats in the rebound. Tied at 1. Second period, pass, cross ice, puck. Parade the net. William Karlsson pokes the puck in for the Golden Knights. They take a 2-1 lead. Later in the second, Burns gonna have his shot denied by Marc-Andre Fleury. Then Timo Meier doing the dirty work. Vegas continues to dominate the West, though. They now have a 5-3 win over the Sharks. Still ahead, a record-breaking moment in the National Football League earlier today. We'll get you caught up to speed after the break. Welcome back. We're just about 4 days into the NFL offseason, and history has already been made. Today, the San Francisco 49ers cashed out for what's being reported as the biggest deal in NFL history on an average per-year basis. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is staying in SF. He agreed to a 5-year deal worth $137.5 million. The deal includes a total of $74 million in guaranteed cold hard cash. Garoppolo was acquired via trade from the New England Patriots midway through last season. In his 5 starts for the Niners, he led them to 5 wins. Garoppolo will be the 49ers quarterback of the future as they try and turn things around next season. Over the weekend, the Philadelphia Eagles pulled off the impossible, taking down Tom Brady and the 5-time champion New England Patriots to win their first ever Super Bowl. Today, the streets of Philly were flooded with fans as the team paraded around the Lombardi Trophy. Alex Hoff was in the madness earlier today.
Just before 11 a.m., the caravan pulled out at Broad and Pattison in South Philly. And what a caravan it was. Players, family members, members of team management, together, ready to look their fans face to face. With the Lombardi Trophy shining in the sun, Jeffrey Lurie, Doug Peterson, and Carson Wentz stood with Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles.
I love him, love the way that he plays, love the way that he can brush off negative comments or doubters.
Some showed off their new tattoos. Others did a little tryout for the team while waiting for the buses. What made this parade special? It was a family event.
I'm waiting for my biggest team.
And her team waved at fans in South Philadelphia, many who came out before the sun came up to ensure the best view possible.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and God knows when we're going to do this again, but hopefully next year.
I think there's a new era.
The parade continued north on Broad, where it made a rare left-hand turn at City Hall, just before turning down the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, where more than 1 million people were waiting.
Amazing. When I saw Nick and Carson coming down the way, I was just like ecstatic. I couldn't even believe it.
Believe it, the Eagles are the Super Bowl champions, and fans on Broad Street and in front of the Art Museum soaked in the importance of this historic celebration.
Been a Philly fan since I was a kid. Always went to the games with my father. It was amazing.
Congratulations to Philadelphia and their fans. Coming up after the break, we take you into our OSR time machine, a little Throwback Thursday clip of the night. Don't go away. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Oregon Sports Report. For more info, you can always check us out on OregonsFox.com, and we're on Twitter. Throw us a follow at OR Sports Report for all your Northwest sports coverage. In light of the Oregon softball team beginning their 2018 campaign with a win today, we thought, why not take you back in time for our Throwback Thursday clip of the night to Mike White's first game serving as the Ducks head coach at the legendary Howe Field. It was March 13, 2010, a young Mike White taking on Boise State, still rocking the sunglasses. Bottom second, Kalen Howard starts the scoring with the home run to left. 1-0 Oregon. Bottom of the third, now 2-0. Monique Fuiava takes one out and over the left field wall for a two-run dinner, 4-0 Ducks. Later, Carlin Ray singles to right. That'll bring two more runs in, 6-0 Ducks. Ducks win it 9-0. Mike White would lead the Ducks to a super regional that season. Hey, and when you're getting maybe some breakfast tomorrow, don't forget Ducks on Pac-12 Network at 8 a.m. See you tomorrow night.